Hi, my name's Christopher Dave Mitchell. I'm a coach here in London, and today I want to be talking about motivation, particularly the number one thing that motivates me in life, which is actually death. Before I go into this, I just want to say that when I was 27, I had that life-saving operation. If you haven't seen my health video, it's on my channel here. But at one point I was about 2 days away from death, and it sort of like faced me a little bit for a sec. I could feel that, like, you know, maybe this is it. And I remember the distinct feeling. It was quite emotional, and the picture of like sort of my mum really worrying and the doctors and the surgeons around the place. And I remember thinking, even in my sort of drugged up morphine haze, I remember thinking, you know, what if this is actually it? And the funny thing is, though, I use this tool now as a very powerful tool to motivate me in life. A lot of people ask me how I sort of, you know, built a company with a recording artist program quite quickly, or even this year I've put out 2 brand new courses. But there's something about the perspective of when you face your own death. You have such a perspective on how precious life actually is, and so if you get through that, you see it with fresh eyes. And so I want this video tip to help you here. Obviously, I don't want you to go through what I went through necessarily, but as Ryan Holiday would say in his amazing book, the obstacle is the way. And sometimes when you do go through a bit of adversity, it actually opens your eyes, your awareness to living a better life in the future. But even if you just contemplate, not in a depressing way, your own death, I do feel like it gives you an amazing perspective on life. So just hone in here with me and sort of just think for a sec about how precious life is. Think about the age you are now and estimate how many years you think you've got left. And I always ask myself, is the thing I'm doing now with my life the most important thing I could be doing? See, it's always like a metric, it's always a gauge of like, am I living my best life, my fullest potential? Or even if maybe you're scared about doing something new, like changing jobs or changing cities where you live, or anything, putting out that new, that new course maybe you want to do. Anything can feel scary in the moment, but if you have that perspective and that realization that, you know, the only thing that's certain is that we're all going to die one day, suddenly you can really achieve your potential in life. Because even with the online coach program I've been doing, a lot of people are very scared and fearful to step over the line and put themselves out there, start that new job, start that new project. But if you have the perspective that one day it's all going to be over, and one day we're not going to be here, then you'll probably get it done. So that really is the metric that I use to know if what I'm doing is me at my most passionate self and I'm enjoying it. To know if a project or anything is worth my time and my energy, and to also just put in perspective any sort of petty small things where I might feel upset or angry about something. I'll put it in the context of my life and the fact that I'm lucky to still be alive and that I easily could have died at 27, and that's an amazing perspective, I think. So that was the tip I wanted to share with you. I just want to say that if you're ever thinking about this, like, I used to think it was weird that I used to think of it like this, because even before the health crisis at 27, I'd still always thought about death a little bit, but then obviously that deepened a lot after I nearly faced it at 27. But if you want some further reading on this or whatever, I would thoroughly recommend checking out Ryan Holiday in his book, The Obstacle is the Way. He's got whole chapters on it where he talks about momentum mori, and he talks about Marcus Aurelius in the book Meditations. That's another amazing book. And you find that a lot of people, even Gary Vaynerchuk, who's like an internet marketer or whatever, but even he has talked about the fact that he contemplates a lot of his death a lot to give him the maximum fuel to really go for life. And like I say, I hope it helps, because I feel like a lot of people who don't have the experience that I've had of nearly facing it do struggle with sort of like small fears and concerns, but that seem like a big deal until you put this perspective back in of like, one day it's all going to be over, and one day that's going to be it. And you know, who knows what's going to happen? Obviously, it'd be nice to believe that we're all going to go somewhere nice, or we'll all see each other again, but you know, that's a risky bet to make in a way. And all I know is I just have to make the most of the time while I'm alive. So that's my, you know, when people ask me, how do you be motivated? What's your number one motivation? Well, I'm sorry to say, but it's that. It's the perspective that it's all going to be over, and it's the perspective of my own mortality. Just makes me pretty fearless now in life to do what I want to do, and just live the life I want to live. So I hope that's helped in some way, and that was a bit of a different one today. And if I could give you one exercise, it would just be to spend 15 minutes at some point just sitting in on your own and just honing in and just reflecting on how many years approximately you think you've got left to live. Are you really living the best life you can, with the best job you can, with the best work you can, with the best partner you can, with the best life in general that you want to be living? Are you really doing it knowing that, you know, we're only here once? And if not, then maybe just the hit of this reality again of your own mortality might help you to go on to do that thing that you're a little bit scared about, and it might go on to help you achieve it and do it and live your best life. So that's why I wanted to put this tip out for you. So there we go, guys, a bit of a different one today. Until next time, I'll see you then. Thanks so much.